everyone. My name is Jennifer Goodwin, and I am on the committee for the South Salt Lake Women in Business. And I am also the recruiting operations specialist here in the beautiful downtown Salt Lake City office. And I had the pleasure of doing a presentation at the last South Salt Lake Women in Business committee meeting. And unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, the recording didn't go through as planned. So I have the opportunity to redo the recording today with you. And hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this just as much as when it was in the moment with all of the other beautiful women from the South Salt Lake Women in Business. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and get started today. All right, so as mentioned, I am the recruiting operations specialist at Northwestern Mutual. And before, I had a beautiful introduction by the chair from the South Salt Lake Women in Business, Terry Nielsen. But we're going to go ahead and move things along today. Sure that everyone has a piece of paper and a writing utensil handy. And we're going to be writing a few things down today on top of being able to watch some incredible videos and hopefully have some discussion points. Obviously, since it's a little bit different without the interaction, that's something that you can definitely do with other individuals if you're watching this, or even have a conversation with yourself. You know, talking to yourself is a sign of intelligence. So that's what I always tell myself, though. All right. So we are going to focus on a healthier mind today. How we can be more present and more mindful in our everyday lives. So our intention will be to help give ourselves the best outlook as we approach each day in our careers as well. So we're going to start with a few mindfulness exercises. Then we're going to talk about stress and watch a quick video, do a few other activities, and discuss what we can do to overcome that stress that we all have on a regular basis. So we will finish our session today with chair yoga that you can do right at your desk at work. And, you know, yoga, it helps you to access an inner strength that allows you to face sometimes overwhelming frustrations and challenges of everyday life. So hopefully that will be helpful to you as well. And, you know, I don't know about you, but sometimes sitting at my desk, if you have a desk job, I tend to get the stress that I carry in my shoulders and my neck. And so it's just going to be helpful, hopefully. All right, so this first exercise we're going to do today, we're going to tune your radio. So our brains can sometimes be like a radio, tuning in from station to station and focusing on certain things while other things fade in the background. So this exercise will get us to relax our minds and focus. So you may get a feel for how the brain tends to wander. What I need from you right now, if you're sitting, I want you to get comfortable sitting in your chair. Close your eyes and imagine your sense of hearing is radio that can tune in to different stations. Listen to the sounds farthest away for a moment. Now change the station and listen to the sounds in the room. Once again, We're going to change the station and listen to the sound of your body, your breathing, your heartbeat. We'll now bring your attention to each part of your body, starting with the tips of your toes. Maybe even wiggle your toes a little bit. Now, up through your legs, to your hips, your lower back, and up the spine to your arms and your shoulders and your neck and your head. Changing the station once again, listen to your breathing. Now listen to the sounds in the room. And finally, listen to the sounds furthest away from you. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. All right, so I want to know, how do you feel now in comparison to when we started the activity? Was it easy to concentrate? Did you find your mind wandering a little bit? What do you think was the easiest part of the exercise? And what was the most difficult part of the exercise? Do you often just sit and listen to the sounds around you? Why might it be important to listen more? All right, so those are some questions. If you want to pause this presentation for a minute and discuss with other people, or you can just simply ask yourself as well. But now I want you to get out that pen and paper because we are going to do a quick mindfulness assessment. So evaluate yourself on the following aspects of mindfulness. You can put your paper, label it 1 to 15. There's going to be 15 questions overall. And you're going to rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 6, 1 being almost always, 6 being almost never, and just put the number next to whatever you think would be applicable to you. Number 1, I could be experiencing some emotion and not be conscious of it until sometime later. Number 2, I break or spill things because of carelessness, not paying attention, or thinking of something else. Number 3, I find it difficult to stay focused on what's happening in the present. Number 4, I tend to walk quickly to get where I'm going without paying attention to what I experience along the way. Number 5, I tend not to notice feelings of physical tension or discomfort until they really grab my attention. Number 6, I forget a person's name almost as soon as I've been told it for the first time. Number 7, it seems I am running on automatic without much awareness of what I'm doing. Number 8, I rush through activities without being really attentive to them. Number 9, I get so focused on the goal I want to achieve that I lose touch with what I'm doing right now to get there. Number 10, I do jobs or tasks automatically without being aware of what I'm doing. Number 11, I find myself listening to someone with one ear and doing something else at the same time. Number 12, I drive places on automatic pilot and then wonder why I went there. Number 13, I find myself preoccupied with the future or the past. Number 14, I find myself doing things without paying attention. And finally, number 15, I snack without being aware that I'm eating. All right, so go ahead and calculate your score by adding each of the answers you selected and then dividing that total number by 15. This will give you your average mindfulness score. And here are the results. If your average was between a 1 and a 2, being mindful might not come naturally to you. So what can you do to get yourself on track to becoming more present in your everyday life? Are there things you can delegate, eliminate, or reprioritize? 3 to 4, you're on your way to being mindful, but things stand in your way of being ever present. So look at the statements above and, well, the statements from before, and identify which ones you could improve upon. And if you got a score of 5 to 6, you are naturally mindful in your everyday life. How can you use this strength to get ahead in this business? What are some examples of how you try to stay present? So, were you surprised by your results? I wasn't. I'm a 1. I was actually a 2. So, what stresses you out? What aspects of your job are most stressful for you? What do you do to overcome this stress? What techniques do you use to reduce stress? And how much time per day or per week do you take care? Or do you take for yourself? I love that quote, that bottom left one that says, I can do anything, not everything. And that's so true. So please feel free to ask yourself those questions. And now I am very excited to have you watch this YouTube video. It's about 9 minutes long. We are going to do a little group activity. Recent research suggests that the less we focus, the more likely it is that our brains will become less able to pay attention to focus in the future. So mindfulness involves calming the mind and fitting our attention around increased stimulation and overstimulation. So we all do things that scatter our attention and remove ourselves from the moment. It's kind of like a self-sabotage. So in this exercise, we're going to identify what your self-sabotaging habits are. So on a piece of paper, write down at least 5 things or habits you use that actually cause you to split your attention and increase stimulation, and also draw your mind into chaos. So for example, moving rapidly from window to window on your computer, like I've been doing during this presentation. Checking email while talking on the phone, watching TV while you're eating, just things like that. Now, why do you think we do all of these kinds of things? Let's think about one habit that you listed that you will commit to change and eliminate. All right, now it is time for desk yoga. All right, hopefully everyone was able to join me in some chair yoga. I definitely needed that today, and I hope that you enjoyed the presentation. Have a wonderful rest of your day.